Hey guys, what's up? So I thought I'd do another room tour update, basically because there's a couple of things moved around in my room, not too much, but there's a couple of new things, and I've painted a bit, and I actually haven't got my new desk yet, which is a shame. But when I do, I will actually be moving into a different room, an actual separate office. So this is my door. Moving along to the door on to the wall on the right, we have my bedside table. We'll go to the bed in a minute. On it we have a 13-inch MacBook Pro. This is a 2011 Sandy Bridge i5, 2.4 gigahertz. Has a 128GB, 120GB Agility 3 in there, and 4 gigs of RAM, I think. Next to it we have my 64GB white iPad mini. I love the iPad mini. It's, yeah, you need to use one if you haven't, and that's got obviously the lightning cable, which is the little charger box there. I have the Beats by Dre Pros. I'm going to get a lot of hate for having those. Literally, I bought them for the sex appeal. I got a lot of people complaining in the last video. And there's the little MagSafe brick, and there's the little power cable stings, and there's some polishing of glass there. I was just lying in bed. So here's my bed. I've got a nice backboard now. I used to have basically a wooden frame with canvas on it. And here we go, we have my bed. It has like silk sheets and stuff. It's very nice. And up there I have a little quote from one of my old favourite songs, of like a classic song that I like. Moving over to this wall, you can see me into the reflection there. There's a New York skyline. It's a white wall, by the way. I painted this wall white along, and this wall is the only wall that isn't white, and it's black. So moving along past this picture, we actually have an iMac here, which is just chilling. And on top of that, I have the Apple TV 3rd generation box, a nice little clock, which is awesome, but it has no battery in it. The iPad mini box, the original iPad 3rd generation box, my iPhone 4 boxes, my iPhone 4S box, and my iPhone 5 box. I just like to keep them there. And this iMac was connected up to my TV here, which I'll show you, but right now it's not actually connected to anything, which kind of sucks. Because it's just wires and cables. Apple keyboard underneath there, the Hive dock, which I will do a review on soon, but got a bit of paint on it, so I need to clean that off. A PS3 controller, which I haven't used in years. Shit the bed. Okay, put that back there. I'll leave it. Lewis Hamilton autobiography, I don't really know. Some other books underneath, and a power adapter thingy. This is pretty cool. This is an actual plane made out of Coca-Cola cans. The metal's been bent and moulded into a nice little plane, which is pretty cool. We have the Xbox Connect here, which is, I never really use it, but it's just there in front of my Samsung 40-inch, I can't really remember the model number, but it's a 6000 series TV, 6300 or something, 40-inch of lovely goodness, and there's the sun glaring into it, but you can see how thin it is. I love this TV, it's amazing, and it cost me quite a bit, but still, it's worth it in my opinion. Next to it, we have the Apple TV 3rd generation. This is the 1080p one. And it's connected with HDMI, of course, my camera, battery charger, and that's basically it for the desk, for my TV desk. Moving on, we have the Xbox 360. This is the 250GB Slim model with R2-D2. He's just having a bit of a relaxation sesh on there. We have two controllers. We have one, this is a sort of metallic blue controller, which is hard to really show you because it's so bright. There's a nice metallic blue Xbox controller there, and a standard black one, the one that comes with it. And beside that are my Turtlebeach PX5s. I don't use them too often, but when I'm playing zombies they actually are a great advantage to have. And connected to it I actually have a little 2GB USB drive thing, and that's for transferring my profile between there and my other Xbox, which I'll show you right now. So moving down into these little drawers, we have a PlayStation 3 Slim. It's not connected up at all, you can't see any cables back there. You can see some down there. Next up we have another 250GB Slim Xbox 360, and like I said, I have the profile on that little memory stick there, and I switch it over whenever I need it. Down here we actually have some stuff which is just stuff I found. So I have a monopod there, my tripod that is pretty much crap, my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I found the other day, my old sonic screwdriver thing from Doctor Who, hold on. Oh, there goes my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but look, I used to love this thing. Ooh, I'll put that back. My iPad 3 dock, and all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards are now on the floor. And in the bottom shelf we just have like a box. I mean, one of my Western Digital, whatever the hell they're called, a Buffalo external 1TB drive. These are both full, and a box for the Xbox remote. Over here we have some boxes. So we have an actual a Blu-ray recorder, a Blu-ray Freeview HD recorder thing there, a MacBook Air box, MacBook Pro box, AX750 box, UD5H box, and some other boxes, and a 6870 box and a 600D box, lots of boxes. And in here we actually have a mini fridge and a little phone accessory thing, which is pretty cool, and a teddy from when I was younger. And the Vengeance keyboard, boom. So moving over to my actual desk, the desk that I do all my lounging around at. I have a 5.1 speaker setup thing going on, which is pretty cool. I only have 4.1 at the moment, but it's all good. We have some coasters, because you've got to get them coasters. Don't want to get your desk all dirty, which it still is. My Canon 50mm f1.8 lens, which is so awesome for getting the depth of field. If you don't know what depth of field is, then that sort of gives you an idea. You can't see the background, it's nice and blurry. Some aftershave stuff, I just completely whacked the focus out there. Going down, I actually have these two posters here, and I'll probably put an overlay of what these are, but they're just some Iron Man 3 and Man of Steel posters. They're hard to show you on here. I'll put a picture of them afterwards. Moving along, there's a Coke can, because Coca-Cola is the drink for gods. Logitech Z506 speakers. Now I've actually downgraded my monitor in some ways. This is now the Acer GR235H. And I'm using this basically because it's 23 inches, and I started PC gaming properly. I started playing Battlefield 3 and some other games like that, some FPS games, and I found it really hard to play on such a big monitor. So I downgraded to this. It's a bit more faster response time. It's just a nicer monitor for gaming. We have my Corsair K90 keyboard, which is pretty awesome. We have the Xbox 360 controller, which is the wired version connected to my PC. The iPhone 5 there, it's a 32GB model. Don't know if I got any texts. I don't. Okay, sweet. 32GB model on 3G because we don't have 4G in the UK. And my Logitech MX Performance mouse. I've had this mouse for years, and you can actually see where I've legitimately rubbed away the finish. Yeah, it's all good. Here we have my custom built computer, so I'll just show you a nice angle of it here. This is a Cooler Master Half X case, High Airflow X, if anybody doesn't know that keeps asking in the description. It has a Gigabyte Z77X UD5H motherboard. It has a Intel Core i5 3570K, overclocked to 4.2 GHz with the Corsair H100i. It's got a Radeon 6870 in there, about 5 TB of storage, and a whole load of awesome. And this is actually Hackintoshed, so if I just start up my machine here, or just wake it from sleep, there it is, I can actually sign in. There you go. And as you can see, I can actually sign in here, and you can look at some Formula 1 drivers. Moving over to the floor, actually, this is a bit weird, but this is my T27A 750 monitor. It's actually under here. I put some stuff over it to protect it, but it's just generally there whilst I don't do anything with it. And we have some shoes, because shoes are great. Have a look in this drawer here. It's just lots of junk, like literally lots of junk. A 140mm fan, some 3D glasses, a hole punch, a nail file thingamajig, some whatever this is, just lots of junk in there. I didn't show you my drawers over there as well. I have some games in here, some PC games, such as SimCity, which I forgot my fucking Origin account for, and some other stuff in there. It's a pretty boring one. And going over to the last one, these cupboards, these shelves, or over here, or drawers, whatever they're called. I have some homework in here, which is sucking ass. I can move that out. My Beats by Dre Pro bag, a little money-saving tin, some remotes, 2 Apple remotes and some Samsung remotes. My iPhone 4S, right, this is in here because I just don't use it, and it's safe phone here. Some Duke Jump, it's the nicest aftershave ever. The Panasonic HDC SD60, some deodorant, and some hair wax and stuff, and some tools and whatever, and some Power Rangers discs. I don't know if anybody remembers Power Rangers, but Power Rangers are the bomb. What's in this one? I think this is a load of movies and games and boxes. In the bottom drawer we have all of my games, so I don't actually play any of these games anymore because I PC game now. But these are all the games here. We then have some boxes for some other Apple stuff that I own, and some Blu-rays, like the Star Wars collection and that. So that's basically it, apart from my chair. I actually got a new chair, so I'm not going to leave that. I actually got a new chair yesterday. Here it is, my big, nice, comfy leather chair, which is pretty awesome. So that's pretty much it for my room. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'll make more videos if you like them. It's pretty cool. And there's a big collage thing of friends. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like the video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.